I'm kind of sick of the Glenn or Crom trope, doing like rooms before the boss. I I've done over 10 ERG 50s and I still don't remember his name, but
Oh gosh, poor guy. He's
he's my favorite. He's my favorite guy.
yeah, he's your favorite.
Fairy bread.
What? Wait, what bread?
Fairy bread. It's an Australian delicacy.
Did you say berry bread?
Nah, fairy bread.
Oh, fairy bread. What? How long have you been playing Mabinogi for?
Uh, More than a decade, I think. I don't know the exact time, but when I started in my single digits of age, I think.
Oh, okay, okay. Do you remember what updates were like brand new back then?
I'd probably have to say Alexina came out. I never really played on the other
Ooh,
servers.
ooh. See, I don't even remember. I'm not sure if Alexina was around when I started, because I started when Iria came out, and I don't know if Alexina was a server back then. I feel like it must have been, but I'm not sure. But if you're saying Alexina must have been new, then maybe, yeah, maybe it was maybe around, yeah, like a decade. That makes sense.
Yeah, I haven't been playing on any of the other servers before that.
Oh, okay, okay. That's pretty cool. It's a long time. What is your favorite combat content to do?
Favorite is probably Theta, but the it's become a little bit easier as of recent.
You think the
If
arcanas
I were to
of,
say the one I do, yeah, the one I do most consistently now is probably Glen hard mode.
yeah, yeah. I hear that it gives good drop. I haven't gotten to Glen hard mode yet, but I heard it gives good drops. So
You get very good drops, comparatively for the gold you got per run, near the start, but it's dying down a little bit with Pallid being so cheap.
what would you say is like what would you say the difference is between regular Glen and hard mode Glen in terms of drops? Like,
Um,
I don't
the
even know if
drops
I'm
aren't.
asking correctly, but
That's all right. The drops aren't all that different. It's just you get more than double the pity coins, so you get more
oh,
rewards a lot faster, and
okay,
maybe like 1 in 10 runs you'll get a good decent drop.
right, okay, gotcha. That sounds good then. And then obviously, if
It's
you're,
decent, yeah.
especially if you're making Glen armor or something, then that's even better. uh,
Yeah. Sadly, Glen Armor's a little bit min-max. He doesn't give too much, but
yeah,
it's something to
yeah,
work towards.
I heard about that. But at the same time, do you think it would be better if they brought us some new armor that was better?
Um, I don't think they should bring new physical damage armor like max. They should
Ooh.
probably make something more for other classes like maybe puppetry, ninja, something more specific to those. Maybe
Hmm.
with the new arcanas.
Okay. Gotcha, gotcha. Is there any type of content that you would like to see more of in the game?
Um, I'm kind of sick of the Glen or Crom trope, doing like rooms before the boss. I kind of prefer Theta style raids where you just do the boss,
Yeah, you just go in
battle
and
it
that's
out,
it.
then finish up. Yeah,
Yeah. I kind of agree with that, honestly. Because, like, I
it's just
mean,
a lot less bloat. Yeah,
I like being able to, go in and do rooms for maybe, let's say, like leveling up. If I go into Revived Illusion, right? If I wanted to level up. Um, but if I'm not going into level and I kind of just want to do content, then yeah, I guess going in and just fighting the boss. That's it's pretty straightforward, and I think
yeah, it's a lot
it's
more engaging.
yeah, exactly. And I think you're spending less time doing something that doesn't really it's not really necessary
Yeah,
in the end, and it just kind of becomes boring just doing the rooms over and over and over again just to get to the
yeah,
same spot that you want to get to.
it's unfortunately the way the content grind in Mabby goes, but that's if you want to progress, it's unfortunately something you have to do.
Right, right. Have you ever gotten as far into another game as you have in Mabinogi?
Um, the only other game that I was sort of similarly ahead is probably MapleStory, the other title by Nexon.
Right.
Um, I wouldn't say I was endgame like I was in Mabby, but I was pretty far along, I guess.
I like to call MapleStory the golden child of Nexon.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Oh gosh. If only Mabinogi could get the same attention. Not that it doesn't get attention, but
Yeah.
of course. I mean, I feel like it's very obvious that MapleStory gets, most of it.
Yeah, most
Uh,
of the attention from
for good
Nexon.
reason. For good reason. I mean, MapleStory is a good game, and it's been around for a long time. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, very,
I don't really
for good reason.
play Yeah, I don't really play any other MMOs that aren't the Korean ones, I suppose. If I was playing any other games, it's usually like MOBAs or RTS. That's pretty much it.
What other games do you actually like to play?
Um, well, League,
Right.
uh, TFT, Osu, any sandboxy games. I used to play a lot of Warcraft,
Oh, okay.
but that's kind of died down.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
the MMO one, the RTS one.
Okay. Those are good games. I've
Yeah.
honestly heard all of them. Like heard of all of them, I mean. So, I mean, they can't be that bad. They can't be that bad if we've heard of them.
Uh, some of them have a pretty bad reputation, not pointing out League or anything.
Yeah, my sister used to play League, and I remember she would get angry. A lot.
It's
uh
the classic trait of League players, yeah.
yeah, but I think it's gotten better. I think it's from my opinion, from my point of view, I think people haven't been as angry playing the game.
Yeah, that's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, or maybe
Or they're
everybody's kind of
repressing it.
just
Could be one or the other.
yeah. I was just gonna say maybe everybody's kind of growing up a little bit. Not that
Yeah.
anger equals child, but you know. So do you have a favorite NPC?
Um, don't remember his name. It's the little Erg guy in the Forgotten
Oh
Shore.
wait, I can't. Oh, I I just got into doing erg like for the very first time. And I don't remember his name, even though I've been there
I don't remember.
recently.
I I've done over 10 Erg 50s and I still don't remember his name. But
Oh gosh, poor guy. He's
he's my favorite. He's my favorite guy.
yeah, he's your favorite. It's so funny though.
He
I
he's been with me through the highs and lows.
yeah, quite literally. The low percentages and the high percentages.
Yeah,
Uh,
mainly there's low percentages for me, but
yeah. No, that's fair. Actually, wait. If on that topic, do you have like a favorite weapon that you've made in the game, or even if you didn't make it but you got it?
uh,
So
well,
far, so
this
far, I should
the
say.
Saloon's probably like the most important one that I've made so far. The
Wait,
Erg
I didn't
50.
know you had one. Wait, are you wearing it on? You're on your back. You are, aren't you? I'm
Yeah,
blind. I'm completely blind.
yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you. It's not the most memorable Erg though, or weapon. I'd say it was my dual hammers that I made in Alexina. That was like a total of like almost 3,000 taps or like 2,500.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, for both of them combined. Wasn't a good time back then.
Damn. Well, I'm glad you got through it.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you still have any goals that you would like to reach on Mabby?
Um, the goals I wanted to have was probably like streamlining my EK gear, so probably Smash 10 body, all that stuff.
Mm.
But I was more so aiming towards getting Irisan bells for my friend
Oh yeah.
because they got me Grandest to Luna, and then possibly getting a D robe for female characters.
Oh, that would be nice. Good piercing. Yeah, yeah.
So that's long
I
in the future.
I recently saw the updates over in Korea for the Elemental Knight and I guess Harmonic Saint as well. How do you feel about that?
I think the Harmonic Saint buff might be pretty relevant considering they're bringing out harder difficulties, and
Right.
the buff seems pretty substantial.
Yeah.
The overheal, heavy stander from being overhealed looks all pretty strong. The EK buff, on the other hand, is unsubstantial to say the least. It's
Yeah.
probably I think the
Like
math
it's
calculated it out to be like slightly better than it currently is.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like it seems like it's better, but it's not like by a lot.
It's not good enough.
Yeah, yeah, especially if you're going up against, well, not up against, but trying to balance it closer to things like Dark Diviner, which obviously is completely slaying the game right now. Uh, Very clear favorite for a good reason. Or
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know if I would say good reason, but
Dark Diviner's got definitely the highest DPS on a single
yeah,
target, but
yeah.
Akamic Sharpshooter definitely is a lot stronger in like more use cases for all content.
That's
You
a
kind of
hot take.
find, yeah, you kind of find it that DD is not used as much as Akamic Sharpshooter.
Really? Wait, I would have thought it was the
Yeah,
other
at
way
least for
around.
Glenn. Yeah, for Glenn, it's definitely AS over DD, but for like only Crom, DD shines a lot better.
Interesting. I didn't even think about that, but I could see that. Like, I'm just picturing it, picturing it in my head, and that does make sense.
Yeah, it's just how much AoE it has. It's very
Yeah,
large and strong.
yeah, exactly. Are there any names that you would like to give a shout out to?
Sushi 2055, probably the best player on the server, in my opinion.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Orochia 246. I think that's his number code. Yeah, Orochia 246. The non-skiller acolyte. He's very prudent in his teachings, or like trying to share his word. He was one of the people who granted the derobe, then quit.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um, Shout out to Shashos as well.
Oh
Good
yeah,
friend.
Shessos.
There's probably too much people to shout out, honestly.
Ah, it's okay. It's okay. We can go on to the next one. At what point should someone consider themselves endgame?
um, I don't think you can really consider yourself endgame if you just mindlessly run endgame content with a group of people, because obviously they might be carrying what you
Right,
should be doing.
right,
Um, I think the level of competency comes into when your mechanics are good enough to like carry your own weight. So if it comes into terms of content running, maybe dual wing theta because you have a lot more responsibility on what you have to do. That's probably less applicable now with Dark Diviner existing. But
right.
8 man in Glen hard mode, I'd still consider somewhat a step into endgame. And if you're doing any less than that, like 6 man, it's probably endgame, definitively.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I was just curious because I know a lot of people have a hard time telling the difference between mid game and end game.
Um, I think there's multiple definitions. Specifically for you can be relatively endgame with your gear,
Right,
but have like mechanically be not very far in the game, so you can't really use your gear properly. Because you'll find some people aren't very geared, but they're clearing content either a lot better or faster than you,
right.
which could be ping difference or something, but it's pretty obvious, I think, if they're clearing content in W speed with similar gear.
Yeah, yeah, I gotcha. Do you think that it's important for people to try, like, kind of just dipping their toes into endgame? Or I guess
I don't know
the
if I'd,
content. Sorry, I should
yeah,
have.
I don't know if it's I wouldn't say if it's important. If they want to get better at the game, they have to.
Right.
There's not much to get better at. The game is just very unintuitive on how it steps into content with mechanics.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really tell you anything. Um, if I had to say content that would be important to maybe start out, is probably trying Phantasm with maybe not Dark Diviner or AS. Try it with minimal gear.
Ooh, okay,
Because
okay.
Wraith Roar, yeah, all the Wraith Roar and stuff and like spacing yourself from mobs is pretty important.
Yeah.
Dodging Queen is also very difficult. A lot of people actually struggle with it, myself included, admittedly.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Everybody, they have their thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good to know, honestly. I didn't think Phantasm was still considered something that was, I guess you could consider it something that is useful in that kind of way.
Well, yeah, it's more of the qualitative step between, let's say, Rundle Advanced Hard Mode. You're not
Right.
really doing anything to avoid mobs. You're just sitting on Divine Link.
Yeah, and you're
But
just going through.
people who, yeah, people who haven't touched content with wraiths or like loss of their pets, they tend to fumble. So,
Yeah, it's kind of like a
Phantasm's a good spot.
if they aren't used to it, it's kind of almost like a panic, right? It's like, oh well, where
Yeah,
did my defense go?
yeah. Where'd your defense go? Don't have a pet drawing aggro.
Yeah,
All those
exactly.
other kind of things.
You're just kind of on your own for once.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I think the issue with current Mabi is Nexon's made like the base player strength too strong where they just ignore mechanics. They just use Thunder Blight or something. It kills all the mobs without them having to think.
right.
And once they step into anything difficult, like maybe Crom 80 plus duos or Glen Hard mode or like Theta duos, they kind of just don't know what to do.
Yeah. So I hope you don't mind me going into some more personal questions, instead
No
of
worries.
just Mabinogi related, you know. Kind of want to learn more about you as well as a person. Do you have a favorite music genre?
If I had to say favorite music genre, it'd probably be country pop.
Oh, okay. And you know what? That's trending. That is completely
Yeah.
trending right now. So there you go. Oh, good choice. Did you have a dream job growing up?
Um, I did want to go into doctoring or something.
Oh,
Very
okay.
typical job. But didn't really go into that pathway. I'm still in the medical field or healthcare field, I guess, though.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. That you're still kind of in the same area, I guess. Maybe I would call
Yeah.
it. Do you have any hobbies outside of gaming?
Um, well, recently I picked up a lot of, I guess, gymming, physical exercise stuff. I've got an interesting in rock climbing, so that's something
Oh,
nice.
that's cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It's very
I'm
different, I
doing it
think.
consistently. Yeah.
Because I know like a lot of people like to just go to the gym and do normal gym things, but rock climbing, that's interesting.
Yeah, change of pace. I was
Yeah.
gonna do bouldering, but I don't like being unattached from a rope
Wait,
as
is
often.
bouldering just the same as rock climbing, but it's without the rope?
Yeah, it's just different,
It's like kind of free form freestyle. I don't
more
know.
freeformish, yeah. I mean, bouldering still sometimes is attached to a rope, but some people don't. When people
Right.
talk about it, I guess they don't really have it on a rope, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. What is a food that you would love for people to try if given the chance?
Hmm. That's an interesting one, because I don't really eat anything too crazy. Maybe, fairy bread.
What? Wait, what bread?
Fairy bread. It's an Australian delicacy.
Did you say berry bread?
Nah, fairy bread.
Oh, fairy bread. What? Wait, what is that?
It's you get white bread,
Uh-huh.
you butter it up, and then you put sprinkles on it.
Oh, okay. I mean, that kind of sounds kind of good a little bit. A little bit, not gonna lie. I mean, I'm not much of a butter
It's
person, but
unhealthy. Don't get me wrong. It tastes
yeah,
nice.
yeah, it's one of those. I get why you would call it fairy bread. That's cute. I kind of like that. Okay.
Most people retch in disgust when they see an image of it or think about it, but glad you're accepting.
I mean, okay, I really don't like butter, but it's one of those things because of the sprinkles that I think I would be like willing to try it. And it depends on how much butter, but yeah. I guess that's the way that I'm looking at it. So for the last question, would you like to give advice, whether it be in real advice or in-game advice or both?
Probably stick to in-game advice because that's probably where I'm most proficient, sadly. If you're going to progress in the game, I think you should listen to people who are more progressed than yourself. Obviously, don't take everything at face value because people can be wrong. We're human.
Right.
But they usually know a path or some paths to get there.
Yeah. They can tell you a couple of steps that'll get you in the right direction anyway.
Yeah.
That's good advice. I like that. So thank you for doing this with me. It was a lot of fun getting to know you better.
All pleasure's mine.
And I will see everybody another day in Erinn. Goodbye.